Now, before we start the show, I wanted to ask you what was your first ever job?
My first ever job was at a garden centre down the road from where I lived, and I was on the sort of checkout putting things through.
Right.
What was yours?
Well, do summer jobs count?
Yeah.
Yeah, in which case my first summer job would have been serving ice cream in an ice cream kiosk on Fistral Beach.
Oh, that is a great first job. Did you have to give a CV or anything like that?
No CV for that because I was about 12.
Right, OK.
I hadn't had a lot of experience.
No, fair enough, fair enough.
Well, here we obviously know that you've got to stand out from the crowd when you're applying for jobs, and it can be a bit of a challenge. But one man from Lancashire has gained viral attention with his unique way of selling himself by printing his CV on miniature, homemade cereal boxes.
It's so good, isn't it? It's really beautifully done. The more you look at it, the more detail you see. It's got all of his details on there.
Details. I'm shielding some information, obviously.
Career facts, all things like that. It's got an added, it says now with a healthy dose of fresh talent at the top. So it's funny.
It's clever.
And clever,
and original. And it's certainly it's got cereal in it as well, so that if you want to hire him, you can read it all whilst he's provided breakfast.
Well, this is clever. This very creative idea is the work of a man called MacNeal, and we can speak to him now. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us today. I mean, well done you for even thinking about this. The reason you had to do this was because you had a job, and your current contract, I think, runs out in January 2020. So you needed a new job, and you know more than anyone that you need to stand out in the crowd.
Yeah, that's right. My job's actually contracted until the end of January, so I thought I might as well start getting creative with my CV and put my creative juices to the test and come up with a CV cereal box. So yeah.
So once you've done that, obviously you send your CV off, and we'll come to where you've sent it in just a moment. But did you imagine that it was going to gain quite so much traction? Because your CV has now got you on telly, and that doesn't happen very often.
No, I only did a tester to start off with, so it was a bit rough around the edges. I needed to get the right glue, the right cuttings, the right foldings, and then I just took a small video and put it online. And it got a lot of attraction on Twitter, but then I realised I'd spelt something wrong. And by the time I went to take it down, it had got too much traction. So then I redid the video and then put it on LinkedIn without the spelling mistake.
LinkedIn being the sort of professional app that professionals look to check each other out, and it's a good hiring place. Now then, the thing is that when you write your CV and you send it out, it's like a burst effect. It's got to go absolutely everywhere. You've been quite specific with your 10 boxes. You've sent them to the Vice President of Twitter Europe, the CEO of Aldi, Google, the CEO of Kellogg's in Manchester, and the CEO of the NHS. Now, that's quite an eclectic bunch of people. What job do you actually want?
I want to work in a people-orientated environment. That's what I do best. I work with people and make things better. In terms of job-wise, I've not a specific dream job. I've got experience in marketing, communications, outreach, widening participation, engagement. So I've got fingers in many pies, but I just want to work in a people-orientated environment, something like relationship management, where I'm working not only with people in the workforce, but people with outside as well.
I feel like we're interviewing you now, actually. It feels like, well, listen, good luck. You're yet to hear back from anyone? Have you had any sort of first interviews yet, or are you waiting? It's still quite early doors.
No, I've only just sent the boxes out. I was actually going on holiday when I put it online, so I'd come back and then it's blown up a little bit. So I've only just recently sent them out. I know the Vice President of Twitter has received it. He messaged me on Twitter yesterday.
Say thanks for breakfast.
He did say the box had actually got a little bit crushed, but he loves the idea. And then I'm just waiting to hear back from other people. So,
well, good luck. The best of luck, and do keep in contact and let us know how you get on as well. It'd be fascinating to see if it works. Best of luck to you.
We'll put your contact details on our app for anyone who's looking for someone who quite obviously thinks outside the box.
Thank you.